Who else do we have on here?
There's Wendy.
How come I can't? Oh, here. Wendy. Oh, Wendy's trying. Cindy, are you on?
I'm on.
Woo! Cindy, you're getting good at this.
You know, it takes a couple times, but my new droid doesn't like it either. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep doing it till it goes.
You must be working in person.
What do you mean?
That you actually go to a job, because I feel like I live on here.
I'm only on, I only have to go in 1 day a week because the company's closing. So I only have until October 26th. And then we go from there.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Well, they said that they're keeping me on with the company I report to, but we'll have to see. They keep saying they're going to train me and whatever, but that company is in St. Louis. So I'll wait and see once it all shuts down, you know.
Okay.
We'll go from there.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi,
Am I
Wendy.
too loud?
No.
No.
You want the truth?
Shut up.
Be nice.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were able to hear me.
Hey, Mayor can't see any of my stuff that we're gonna bang around on.
Yeah.
They got
We
Lisa's
got
out.
super secret notes on this board here.
What?
Oh,
You guys don't know what I'm talking about. It's
okay. Okay. We need more people on though before we can start.
Usually I'm the last one because I have slow hands.
Well, you were having difficulties last time, so you're good.
I did the call instead of the Zoom thing, and now I just been going right because that was, thank God my kid was home that day. Otherwise it would have been ugly.
Oh,
Because none of my meetings are ever on Zoom. Everything's just call-ins.
oh yeah. Yeah. So is there anyone else on besides Patty, Lisa, Cindy, and Wendy?
not that I see.
No.
Okay. So this is usually when I put everybody on mute and then I start doing other work. Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Well, did everyone say that they were coming?
Yeah, Kyle is in training, so he may be late, but everyone else, I didn't get any response saying that they wouldn't be here.
Okay.
So the thing is with this, because we don't have a full house, it's important to, you know, let me know or someone know if you can't make it, because if we don't have a quorum, then we can't meet. And we're short people as it is.
Is this not enough?
Well, so actually our quorum is made up of 10 members and they actually include those 2 seats. So there is actually technically 2 people missing.
Okay.
So we need 6 people.
I just need one more person to come on. Where's Courtney?
Yeah. I don't know if I have their number either. Should have numbers, but. And I have some exciting news to share with everyone.
We like exciting news.
I know.
Pique my interest now. Good job, Carolyn.
I can definitely share, but it'll have to be off record. So, but let's wait and see if we can't meet, then we'll talk about it after.
I don't think, I don't have, do we have Kyle? and
Oh,
Courtney?
Courtney's coming.
There she is. Woohoo.
Okay, good.
Good thing you got pants on, Lisa.
Yeah.
I missed that.
You know, I was thinking about working without pants today and changed my mind.
Okay. Courtney, are you on?
Yep, I'm on.
Woo, we needed you, girl. Otherwise, we couldn't meet. So thank you. Okay, let's get started. So here, I got the agenda up, so everyone should be able to see it.
Oh, that's you that have that. Okay.
Yep. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the roll call
Okay, we got Carolyn,
here.
Cindy,
Here,
Courtney,
Here.
Lisa,
Here.
Patty, and myself. And that is it for now.
Okay. We didn't lose Patty, did we?
No, I think she's muted.
Forgot the space bar again.
Okay.
It's terrible getting old, you guys.
Okay, cool. All right. So item number 2 is treasurer's report. Guys, there's been no change from last time because we haven't done anything. So, and I don't have the numbers in front of me. I apologize, but they're the same. Nothing's changed, okay?
And I want to apologize, but I did send those minutes in about 15 minutes ago. So if you guys wanted to take a quick look at, oh, Kyle's here now.
He's coming on. So,
Um,
oh, I don't know if I can do.
Hey, Wendy,
yeah,
on the minutes, in the last where I seconded leaving, you have too many I's in my first name.
okay, I'll change that.
I-
Hey, you know what? Too many eyes.
It's
on
okay. No harm, no foul. So,
Oh, okay. Yep, I'll fix that.
Okay. So let me just give you guys a few minutes to look at those. Let me see if I can open this up. Okay, I don't want to get off here. If I fall off, I promise to come back on. Oh, sorry.
Ooh, someone's at your door.
Can you hear me?
Hey, Kyle
Kyle.
or Jane.
Excellent.
Yep. Yeah, that's
Okay.
my ring. I just got a delivery. Let me see if I can get to.
I connected it with, okay, sorry.
What?
There it is.
Can you guys see it?
Yes.
Okay, so here are the minutes. So I'm going to give you a second to read over these. So I believe I came back. I thought I came back with trick or treating, saying what the health department said about moving forward.
Okay, should I add that in there?
And then, but they've provided some safe,
Okay.
did I tell you guys this or no?
I couldn't remember. My notes were kind of like vague on that. And I couldn't remember if we were still waiting to hear from them or
No.
what the deal was. So I can change it to say that we were going to move forward with it. And then,
Yeah.
but there were safe guidelines, statewide guidelines and whatnot.
Yes.
I'll add that we were moving forward with it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, are there any other questions or concerns about the minutes?
No, I'll move to approve them though.
Okay, can we get the motion to approve? And we need a second.
I can second. Thank you for sharing those. Cindy.
Okay, cool. So, hold on here. Gosh, you would think. Okay, hold on. Oh, there we go. Looking for the agenda. Okay, so the minutes have been approved. Lisa made a motion and Cindy seconded.
Okay.
And everyone else approve. Is there anyone who disapproves? Okay, perfect. Trick or treat update. So I had thought, so IKEA reached out to Celebrations in the city about doing a drive-through trick or treat. Okay, so they were trying to get everything set up because what they wanted to do was have the businesses line up on the west side of IKEA, and you could set up a table, tent, or costume, whatever you wanted, and hand out candy. Okay, so they wanted to make it a community event. Police, fire, city hall, just a bunch of businesses. Well, they reached out to the chambers. Chambers reached out to a bunch of local businesses and they were not interested.
Oh.
So we will not be moving forward with this activity with IKEA. So next year, hopefully next year we can do it. And the thing is, I was pretty excited about it with IKEA because in the past, you know, they've never really partnered with the city. They've done things on their own throughout the city, but never really partnered with the city to host a community event. So I was pretty excited about this one. So next year, we'll see how it goes. And then it was perfect timing too, because the Historical Society, you know, wasn't doing anything because of COVID. So they're shut down. So it would have been perfect for a safe trick-or-treating for everyone. So, but it is what it is. So next year. And then our trick-or-treat is all set and everything, right? So we're moving forward with that. Dan got a complaint from a citizen who was pretty upset that we were moving forward with trick or treat with the numbers rising and things. So, but remember that, you know, if you don't want to give out candy, you don't have to, you know, so turn your light off, right? For families who are afraid of their kids going door to door, don't go trick-or-treating, you know? So there are options. There are people who want to do it and, you know, are gonna take precautions and be safe. And we're putting out safety tips and things like that. And we're just gonna hope for the best. So we will be moving on with it, okay?
Carolyn, do you know if the city, I mean, I know that one year we blocked off our subdivision, we got like barricades and stuff. Someone had asked me if that's still available to people, because they know with a lot of the other cities like Milwaukee, you know, that they're there for that everyone's gonna come in and just come in like a vengeance to their subdivisions. Can they really can't block it off, can they?
No, so what's gonna happen is you can still do a neighborhood trick-or-treating. You'd have to go through the police department.
Okay.
Now, I'm being told that there's so many people coming through right now to block off their streets.
Mhm.
But, you know, the thing there is that people can still park outside of the barricades and walk in.
Yeah,
Or how do
Yeah,
you?
and if I'm not mistaken, with the city, we've done that in our neighborhood as well, but it has to be done a month ahead of time. It was always that it had to be in before the end of September for us if we were going to do an event for Halloween.
Yeah, then you went through the police department, right, to get the
No,
barricade?
it was through the streets department. On the city website, there's an application that you fill out.
Okay,
And it goes through streets, and then you can go pick up the barriers from them. And they've always been super nice. They've even come pick them up from me afterwards.
yeah.
So,
I think there's a linkage in there that goes back to the police. And so that the police, they have to be aware you're blocking off the street.
oh, I agree. I think they send once it's approved, they send notice to any first responders,
Yeah.
so they know. And you have to have a way to get through. Oh, look at that. Our city friends sent it in the chat.
Oh,
Thank you. You're the best.
thank you, appreciate it. Just had a lot of people question since I'm on the committee, like other people, and not in just my subdivision, but other subdivisions, because they just don't want everyone just coming in.
yeah.
I don't know if you can really do that, but yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
Right. And I know that they're getting a lot of requests for people to do it. And it just seems like it just keeps growing year after year after year. Now our event is Saturday. On a Saturday, there are requests that are coming in for Fridays and some that's coming in for Sundays, I believe. So for the neighborhood, the private one, so there we have it, okay? Any other questions about trick or treat? Cool. Okay, item 5, spreading holiday cheer update. So you guys, I reached out to Salvation Army a couple times, left a message, and I got no call back. Now I know Salvation Army was teaming up with the community center to do some sort of food drive, and that maybe that's why they didn't reach out to us. I don't know for sure. So I just kind of gave up on that one. So maybe there's a lot going on. They're getting pulled in different directions and just couldn't do it anymore. I don't know. So we either next year we do it. I will say that Jody, gosh, I can't think of Jody's last name. She's from Eater Flag. Oh my gosh, I can't think of Jody's last name. Jody over at Eater Flag, she was talking with Dan and they pulled me in because there's a new church that's coming into the community and they're looking to get involved with the community and do something. And they actually brought up doing some sort of food drive. So I told Jody that we may be very interested in teaming up with them to do this drive. Now, it's a new church coming in. It may not happen this year. It may be something that will happen next year. I don't know when. They don't have a building yet. They may start setting up over at the community center. I know it was recommended that they contact the community center, maybe to rent one of the rooms there for their services. I don't know how it's gonna pan out just yet, but they're looking to do something with the city and sounds like it's a food drive. So, we may end up getting involved in that just to help. There's a lot of families out there who are in need of help, food and things like that. So anything we can do would be great. Okay. So stay tuned for that. I'll put that back on the agenda as I learn more about who they are and things like that. So, okay. Other than that, we're just gonna pass through this and not not worry about this event this year. Okay. Cool. Any questions about that? Comments? Cool. Ooh, we're skipping through this stuff. Really good. Item 6, Light the Square update. So I know there were some questions the city had, DPW and the engineer had about Light the Square, about getting some technical questions they had. So a meeting was called, and for some reason, I didn't get the invite, and actually Zach didn't get the invite either, but Kyle was there, and Kyle was able to pull Zach in on that call. So Kyle, can you just give us a brief update as to what was discussed at that meeting?
Yeah, there was just some basic questions as far as what the city was asking. One of the questions I'll start with was they had a question about where they're hanging their lights from the poles. Should they be those sort of things? Where would tradition be, pulling their power sources from it? And the other question was about the tree. They weren't, in the past, the city was always the ones that was getting a tree donated from somebody, and were they responsible this year? And they were asking about some of the amps that were, being used, if they were using LEDs or, what was going on. And I honestly didn't have many answers. I had just as many questions as answers. And I kind of was lucky enough to get a hold of Zach. And so the conclusion was that Zach's going to have no issues with the power that the city was asking about, where they were drawing their sources from, and if there was enough power that they needed, and that the city is going to go ahead and they're also going to do their pole lighting as they normally would do, where they hang the things above, and they are going to plug into where the flower boxes are, that there's outlets up there. And then if Zach needs to, from their team, they would draw power from below or from that same source, depending on what's going to happen. And we scheduled a tentative date as a walkthrough just to ensure that nothing else would happen. And I can provide that. I'll have to look at the exact date. And
I think
we don't have
November 17th or something like that.
I want to say it was, the 17th or 18th. And it's not a dead set date. It just means that's a target date of where we'll light up the square. And if there's any issues where they blow a fuse or anything like that, that it will be addressed then before the actual event itself. So that was good. And then we also came to the conclusion that the city would not be taking a tree as a donation this year, that was also going to be supplied by tradition, which, of course we already knew, but that was a question they had. And there was also a question about the position of the tree and whether that would affect snow removal. And that was also resolved.
Okay. Yeah. I remember us talking about, because there's always a family who donates the tree. And because we're moving to this type of event, that family could donate their tree to the community center because they do the same type of event. So there's an option there.
Yeah, but the community center planted a tree, because I sit on the board over there. So I don't think the community center would take it,
Yeah.
but they would have to reach out to Tina for that information.
I forgot they did plant that tree.
Mhm.
Lisa, thanks. So, but so that's how it is. So
Yeah, no, and they were receptive on it. I didn't want to step on any toes or make anybody feel like we were, taking away anything that was tradition, and didn't seem like there was any issues or any problems with it. And so I think that's where we're going to go forward with, and we'll see what next year brings. But for this year, we're going to use our official tree.
So we had no decorations going up on the poles ourselves.
When you mean ourselves, which part are you talking about? The city, or are you talking about tradition?
Celebrations, traditions.
I would have to look back at the paper, or the blueprint we had, but that wasn't really the issue that they were talking about. The question was the city still going to do what they normally do, or would that interfere? And that was the question that they had, is should we go ahead and put up our candy canes and our snowflakes on the poles And Zach was like, yeah, that's perfect. That'll kind of help make it, make it look better. They use the same kind of light bulbs as Zach uses and Traditions uses. So
Okay.
it won't look real off, because that was a good thought that Zach kind of brought up, was if the lighting isn't the same, it's going to look very obvious.
Yeah. Okay.
And that was good to, kind of clear that up, because I'm sure you all can understand where you have all LED lights and then you put in like an old, 1950s halogen bulb or something in there. It looks very, very different, but it sounds as if they're using the same either LEDs or similar lighting, and that'll work really well to kind of bring it all together.
Okay. Okay, cool. Long as it looks like it fits.
Right. And that was, the big thing.
So, okay, cool.
Yeah, so I wrote down the tentative, I just found it now in my notes. So November 18th was the tentative date. It's just a target date. I think once we get closer, it could be a day after, day before, could be somewhere in there. But just try to get it, we're trying to get it before Thanksgiving, where we can do a walkthrough and make sure everything's all set up.
Okay, cool. Okay, can you just reach out to the team when you do that walkthrough, just so that we can, if anyone's interested in doing it as well, they could see, kind of understand what's happening.
Yeah, I'll definitely, I think we'll do a mass email, because that was one of the things, that there was an email that came with like Mike Simmons and some of the people from the city, where they'll probably be there as well for that initial lighting.
Yeah, okay. Cool. I did get, so as far as like entertainment and things like that, you guys, we have to decide if we're gonna do anything and be safe about it, of course, right? So now that we're utilizing the whole square, we could possibly set up a couple different stages somewhere, on each side of maybe the big tree, and like the guys who come and sing, the quartet, not the quartet, that big group of guys who come, I forget the name of their group now. We can have them set up on one stage, and then those young ladies, boy, I tell you, I have so much going on. There's another group where those young ladies who came to sing, you guys remember them? Could hardly hear them at some point because our speakers were kind of bad. But
Were they from a dance group, Carolyn?
Yeah, it's a dance
The
group.
Young or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they reached out again to see if there was any need, interest, or they had an interest in coming back. So I told them at this point, we haven't decided anything permanently because of COVID and not knowing what's going to happen. So they said makes sense, but we're going to need to decide quickly here if we're going to do something, and maybe, come up with a way to be safe about it. Having maybe tables set up to keep people away and things. I don't know what that should look like just yet. So
One other issue that I had heard last year as a feedback was our acoustics. Like you said, we had some speaker issues that people couldn't hear when you or anybody else was really speaking. So they didn't really know what was going on when we were using the microphone.
yeah, that's that system that we have. We need to really look into getting a better thing. I mean, the farmers market has been using it all year, all summer, I should say. And it's been fine. One of the speakers did go out, and I'm wondering now if that was a bad speaker last year. So that speaker's been replaced.
Okay.
So, and I had two people trying to fix it. The one person from the farmer's market had it working, but then someone else stepped in and tried doing some other things and it didn't work, and it was just whatever. But it does need to be better, that's for sure. So it does need to be better. So cool. I do have some outstanding news. So I've been connecting with sponsors, and I met with Martin Law Office, and they want to become the exclusive sponsor of Light the Square. So they are writing a check to us for $28,000.
Awesome. Kevin's awesome. He's a super nice guy, exceptionally engaged in the community. He goes to church with us.
Mhm.
I can't say enough about him. He's also sponsored my whole College Connection parish outreach program as well. So kudos to him. Thank you so much, Kevin.
Yes. So I just got that news today. He's put me in contact with his marketing team. I'm going to reach out to Savage and put them in charge, and put Savage in connection with his marketing team, so that we can, promote them big time. One of the questions he asked was, will there be posters or up around the city? I'm like, yeah, there's going to be posters up around the city, let me tell you. So there's going to be a radio announcement. There's going to be a lot that's going on, especially being a big sponsor like this. So, so I will send out to everyone. There's a list of things that they get, and that was part of that sponsor booklet. So there is a list of things that they get being an exclusive sponsor. And what I'm going to need is we're going to have to put our heads together quickly to try to come up, or not to come up, not try to come up with some promotional pieces. So like if we have a gathering, we do stockings and hand out to the kids, then the labels, the stickers that go on there, I would like for it to say Martin Law Office. They're paying for it, right? So we want to put their name on it. Banners and things like that have to be put up. Of course, we have to make sure that we're in line with their logo and what they want. Postcards. Savage can design postcards that talk about Light the Square, and it will talk about Martin Law Office being the sponsor of the event. Little signs all over the whole square that just says that they're sponsor of the event. So I want to make sure that they get huge recognition for doing this, huge recognition. Okay.
Quick question. So in reference to that, as well as we try to promote it for the following year, we had talked about using a photographer, using some photography. And you know how we had that great booklet that you provided last year, you kind of showed us with the marketing side of it, where they had, the pictures of the Light the Square and all the events we have.
Yep.
If we have a photographer in there and we utilize a photographer, wouldn't that make sense to like in there saying, like Light the Square sponsored by, or I mean, is that pretense? Like, is that last year's events? Because I'm wondering for next year, should we take the time to make sure we have a photographer and PR this for not only this year, but next year?
Yeah, so we will have original photos. Of course, this is the first time, so we didn't have the photos, but Savage will be there to take pictures of everything. So those new pictures will go into the next booklet. So
Do we
right
by
now-
chance have access to any of the building tops that we could get a like a bird's eye view?
Yeah, so on top of the apartment buildings there, or on top of City Hall,
Mm-hmm.
there's access to get there. So there's cameras up there now.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be great to get, I think, an image shot of everybody there and the event going on. If we can,
Yeah.
If you said Savage is going to be there, see if we can
Yeah, we're
get
tied to
somebody up
Channel
there.
12. We're tied to Channel 12 News, so that's
Oh,
all.
yeah, absolutely.
That's all part of the package.
Okay. Do you know, so is Channel 12 News going to put out anything on this as well? Or
Well,
do you know?
so we got to go through Savage, right? And Savage
Okay.
will work with Channel 12 and they will make
Okay,
sure
there.
this happens.
Okay,
Yeah. So,
excellent.
yeah, so that was great. That was really nice. So we have some work to do. Like I said, I'm going to send out the information on everything that they get for doing this. And I'll probably end up assigning, someone to take charge of specific things, right? Sorry about that, you guys. That's my phone. So I'll assign specific tasks just so that we make sure that we get everything ready to go. Okay. So by the time that whole square is ready to go, and even before then, if there's something that we can do to start promoting, that they're going to be the sole sponsor, the exclusive sponsors of this event, and start pushing it, then we should do that. Okay. So are there any questions?
Could you remind me the date for Light the Square?
So December 2nd is the official day.
Do we have the time on that as well?
5:30.
5:30?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. So we may want to consider next year doing this even sooner, but we'll talk about that. Let's see what it looks like, and then maybe next year we'll do it sooner. We may want to think about next year adding lights to the building, to City Hall. There's a new tourism specialist coming in because Kristen is gone now. So there's a new specialist they're going to be hiring for this. So we'll have to work with that person. Okay. Cool. Any other questions or comments about anything that we've talked about so far?
Is there anything that, like, just on even a personal level of like us promoting it, do we have any flyers, or not necessarily flyers, but like, is there a Facebook post that I could share or anything like that that could be out there? Because I mean, we're in October, and if I'm telling my coworker or somebody else about it, what can I do to share this information besides just say, this is the date?
Well, right now we don't have anything, right? Because I just got word from them today that they're going to do this. I have to send it. Well, I'm going to contact the mayor and the city administrator.
Okay.
Let them know, because when I reach out to Savage, I want all hands on deck to make sure that this happens. So as soon as they can start pulling some pieces together, now we have to meet with Martin Law Office's marketing team because we have to make sure we get the right message out there, their logo and things like that. Savage will need that information to go on postcards and things like that. So, okay.
Do we have at least or can you provide us, once you talk to Savage or any of them, on like a target date of when we can have something available? Is it early November? I mean, we're talking December 2nd, so that's coming up pretty quick.
Yep, that is. So I'm hoping to shoot for something early, like within the next couple of weeks. It shouldn't take them long to do it, because they've done this already, you know what I'm saying? And they created our templates. They have our information. So, but I don't have a definite answer for you, Kyle, because I haven't talked to him yet.
Okay, just wondering if when you do, if you have an idea, can you shoot an email to everyone?
Oh, sure.
Thank you.
So, and once I send you the information of the task and ask for your support, if anyone cannot do anything, please let me know, and send me an email. Just respond. It only takes a second to respond to me and let me know, because I don't want that item sitting and sitting and sitting. I don't want to send out a bunch of emails and then don't get a response back from you. So, and I'm okay. I understand that people are busy and you have things to do. It's just that because of our time frame here, we need to keep these things moving. So if you can't do something, let me know right away, please. Okay. Any other questions, comments? All right. So can we get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Get a second?
I'll second.
All right. Meeting is adjourned.
Wait. Who motioned? I'm sorry.
Patty?
I didn't. Oh, Cindy and then Kyle?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Was it Cindy
No
or
worries.
Patty?
That was Patty.
Patty.
Oh. Sorry.
Patty and then Kyle.
Alrighty.
Meeting is adjourned, guys. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have a good rest of your day.
Bye, everybody.
Thank
You too.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.